Christmas, YouTube. We're going to do a pork spare rib recipe today. Dry rub, and we're actually going to grill it. We're going to smoke it in a gas grill, which is kind of a trick that maybe a lot of people use, maybe a lot of people don't. Caden here with us, and that's his elf on the shelf, Dinky Donkey. That's what he named it. So, anyway, it's Christmas Day. Hope you guys are all having a good Christmas. Family, friends, wives, and kids. We're going to get this thing rubbed down and get it set up. So I'll cut you back on here in a minute. I'm going to bring the camera in so you can see exactly what I'm doing. Stay tuned.
Bye-bye, suckers!
Okay, so I got you close up now. We're gonna rub it, but what you gotta do first is take your ribs. Some ribs come with a paper backing. You wanna make sure you get that off. Do not leave the paper backing on there. It'll make your food taste terrible. So it's usually on the underside. I've already taken care of that. Get as much of the stuff off. I like to rinse it with water, cold water, to make sure that I get as much of the stuff off of it, because the only thing that I want on it is the flavor that I'm adding to it and then the taste of the meat. I don't want my meat just sitting in blood. So I'll rinse all that off. And then we're going to put a little bit of this oil on it. Get it oil on it. It helps the rub stick to it. And then we rub it down. So that's what we're doing now.
Look at Dinky Donkey.
You like your elf, don't you?
Yeah. It's Christmas weather.
Alright, so we spray it down real good. I patted it down with a paper towel and dried it off real good so that it's as dry as a nice raw piece of meat could be. And I like to get real liberal with the oil here. Spray it on there real good. This is a homemade rub. There's recipes all over the place. This is a sweet and smoky barbecue style rub. You can rub it however you want to. You can rub it with just seasoned salt if you want to, but I think that'd be kind of bland and boring. So I'm gonna take the rub. Now we don't get shy with the rub, okay? We put lots of rub on the meat. So just get you a big old scoop of it. If you have a jar that you want to shake it out of, that works too, but I just put it on here real nice and liberal and then just start working it in. And then I say, no, that's not enough. So I start sprinkling. Now once you get meat all over your hands, you really don't want to stick your hand back in that bowl because you might have some rub left over. You might want to use it on your next set of ribs or your next brisket or whatever you want to do next. So just rub it down real good. You don't have to be shy with it. This is all your flavor right here. Get it in every nook and cranny. Caden's learning how to read. Alright, so we got that side done. Now you just pick it up, flip it over, and notice there's none of that paper stuff still on there. Yeah, tell them.
I'll tell you who made this. And he always makes notes.
Bend down real low so that your head doesn't just kind of zoom in. There you go.
He made it. Right here.
Did the battery go out on his lights or did you turn them out?
Yeah, I turned them off.
Okay. So you want to make sure that you get rid of this kind of paperish backing. The skin here is okay, but there's a lot of times there's like a paper backing in it. So you want to get rid of that. And then same process, repeat it over again, except for my hands are filthy dirty. And I don't want to get raw pork all over the kitchen. So I'm going to go rinse off one of my hands so I can grab that can.
How do you like my elf on the shelf?
Okay, so you do the same thing on this one. Spray this side real nice and liberal with the oil. Again, don't be shy with the oil. Don't be shy with the oil. And then get your rub. And just start sprinkling it on there. Nice and thick. I'm not going to tell you my rub recipe. You got to come up with your own on that. I came up with this on my own. I did some research and found a recipe that looked good. So you got to figure out what you're going to like. This is how we do Christmas dinner around here. No turkey, no ham. We're all fed up with turkey and ham from Thanksgiving. We've had enough. So we're going to throw a little curveball at it. Have some pork spare ribs.
I just want to hold my lights.
My wife's been cooking all day. She's got some sugar cookies for the kids. We got some fudge. There's a cherry pie over there. We got all kinds of stuff. So, I pretty much got this rubbed on here, and I don't want to get as much of this rub. Don't touch it. Your hands are dirty. I want to get as much of this rub on the meat, not on my hands. It does kind of stick. But if you got a little fold like that, lift it up, get some of that rub up underneath there.
Doesn't this look good?
It does look good. I'm excited. I'm ready for it.
I'm
Got little
talking to the
spots like this.
camera. I'm talking to that.
Oh, well, I'm talking to you.
It looks good, doesn't it? I would agree. It really looks good.
Don't they wish they had smell-o-vision
Yeah.
so they could smell it? The rub does smell good. It's got a real smoky.
Yeah, we can put it on smell on the camera.
Yeah, I don't think the camera has smell.
Just saying.
So, once you got your rub on, you want to let it rest for at least an hour. Cover it with some saran wrap. Let it soak for at least an hour in that rub, and then we'll take it straight out to the grill from there. So, I'll cut you back on when we got the rub situated and we're ready to put it on the grill. Stay tuned. Alright guys, so what we got going here is I got some pecan wood that I picked up off the side of the road. I've been soaking it for about an hour. I'm going to turn on my 2 outside burners and all my meat's going to go right here in the center. This has been soaking in water for a little over an hour. I've got it wrapped in foil, drained the water off, wrapped in foil, and it's just going to sit right here and that'll create the smoke. I'll cut you back on when everything starts smoking and you'll see what we're talking about. Turn on all the burners first because we want to preheat the grill, get everything good and hot, just like that. Get everything good and hot so that we get lots of smoke coming out of here. So we're going to shut it down and I'll cut you back on when we start seeing smoke. Okay, I don't know if the camera's picking it up real well. There's quite a bit of smoke coming out. It's hard to see it on film, but maybe you can kind of see the smoke blowing in front of my face. So that's what we want. We got our wood chips are smoking. Now we're going to bring the heat back down to 325. You could also go down as low as 250 if you wanted to. I'm going to run them at 325 because I'm hungry. I want to eat fast. So it'll still be about a 2-hour process, but put it at about 325 and we'll be good to go. Okay, so the grill's it's pretty close to about 325. It's a little bit hotter than that, but it's going to continue to cool down. So I'm going to go ahead and get the meat on there so it can start smoking. You probably still can't see the smoke on the camera, but I promise there's smoke coming out of my little foil bag full of pecan wood. So this is all you got to do. Now my grill is running at about 325 with 1 burner on, but you want to have a burner on each end to make sure that you don't have a cold spot over here and your meat doesn't cook right. So I've got this burner shut off, but I'm not going to put my meat right over it because once this thing comes down to temperature, I'm going to fire it back up and just let it cook right in the middle where it's not over direct heat, and my heat will be coming off the ends. So I'll show you what I'm talking about. So here's the ribs. They've been in the rub for a couple hours now. And let me tell you, they look good. Set that aside. The tools of the trade. So you just want to this flipped over just right. I'm gonna set this guy right here in the middle. We're just gonna leave it just like that. Now we put the lid down and we just let it simmer. And leave it on that side for 1 hour. After an hour, we'll flip the ribs and let them cook another hour. We'll be back. See, my temperature's already come down. I'm gonna have to hit that other burner now. Alright, we got them cranked down on low, 325, 1 hour on that side. We'll flip it over and hit the other side. We'll be back. Okay, it's been almost an hour. It's like been 57 minutes or something like that. I'm going to do a couple things here. First of all, I'm going to flip the ribs, and then I think I'm going to move my smoke. The way the wind's blowing today, most of my smoke is going right out the vent hole. It's not even coming across the meat, which is okay. We still got temperature in there. We've got smoke. I'd like a little more smoke coming across the meat. So that's what we're gonna do. Check it out. Looking really good. Maybe you can see the smoke coming out of there on the camera now.
Hey, Dad.
So we'll take this, just give it a flip, slide it right on back in there. And then what I'm going to do is cut it real gently here. Pick this up, move it down here. Kind of pull this over a little bit. And I'm going to put that one on high, bring this one down just a touch, and that should, hopefully, see, I had it over here, and I've got a vent hole right here, and all the smoke was just coming right out of this vent hole because the wind is coming from that way, going in this vent hole. So what I'm hoping is that wind will still come in this hole, push that smoke across the meat, come out this side. That's what I'm hoping for. Now we've got it flipped over, another hour, and then you're done. So about another hour at 325, make sure you're watching your heat. Another hour at 325, and then you're ready to go. I'll cut you back on when we get it done. Now my smoke's already coming out of this hole, so I may not be able to do anything. But I'll cut you back on when the ribs are done. We'll take a look at them. Christmas dinner 2014. Also something that you need to remember, once you get this thing going and you get your temperature right, you don't want to come up here and open the lid, and keep looking at it, okay? You want to leave it in there, keep your temperature sealed up, let the smoke do the work, let the temperature do the work. You'll have a good set of ribs or brisket or whatever you're cooking. But you don't want to open this, or you can't control your temperature when the lid's flying open back and forth. So I get me a good cup of coffee. I just sit back and relax. Smell the smell of the pecan. It smells so good. It is really nice. So just remember, leave the lid shut, drink your coffee, and enjoy. Okay, so when the coffee runs out, the perfect complement to a pecan smoked rack of ribs experience is a Sioux City sarsaparilla, or sarsaparilla, or sarsaparilla, or however you want to say it. I just know it's the granddaddy of all root beers. Where it's at. You need one. I got one. You don't. You should get one. I'm enjoying it. Looking at about probably another 45 minutes or so. We'll be back smoking real good. I wish you guys could smell that pecan wood smoking. You don't know how good it smells right now. I'm gonna eat it up. We got dark gun battles going on. If you could only smell the pecan wood. Dayton's loving it.
Hey, I like this video.
They're having a Merry Christmas. This is burning my eyes really bad. Oh, but if you could smell it.
It smells good.
It's gonna be good.
Yeah, it's gonna be
It's gonna
good.
be great food. Alright, we've been on there for about almost 2 hours now. And I'm going to give it a little test and see how tender it is. It's probably ready to come off. So, oh, looking good. I had to add some wood. It really charred, which is good. That's what we want. What we really want, oh yeah, we want that meat to just pull right off that bone. This is done. So, kill the fire. Pick these ribs up, set them over here on the pan. Whew. I gotta bring you in for a little close-up. Take a look at that. My strap out of the way. Look at that. Barbecue pork spare ribs. Looks so good. Getting ready to take these inside. We're going to eat them up. I want to thank you guys for watching all my crazy videos.